Hello. Been a minute again since my last painting. It's a bit of a broken record at this point, but there was reasons behind it this time that I'll go into later if anyone shows up and is curious about it. I would have been on earlier, but I was doing chores and such, and then my parents want to take me out to dinner, so I probably won't be on too long today. Just enough to do some, just keep the work going, you know. I don't want it to turn into the Potter Marsh painting where it took me 2 years to finish. I want to finish this one before I'm off for the season, so I better get to work. And I need a better like this cream beige color. I need something better than that. And as usual, the hardest part is trying to figure out where to start. Now this darker beige actually might work for this section here between the dark and the gray, because that is a totally different color. And it might actually work for both of those doors as well. And the roof here. Funny enough. As for the tree line above, I'll have to wait until I start to do the sky a bit more. And I guess these blocks in here are all kind of the same grayish color, so I wouldn't be hurting anything by continuing that. So, nothing special right yet, just some more. Yeah. What brush do I want to use though? It's fairly small. I guess the smaller brush will be fine. Funny part is there really shouldn't be much variation in each of these bricks, but it's some of them are damp just from the morning dew, So it actually does cause some variation in it, and then there's just the normal grime and dirt that would be on them. So it'll be subtle, but I can do endless amounts of messing around on these. Although now I'm thinking about it, maybe I should have waited to do these until I did the building behind it. Oh well, I just tell you what, I'll keep doing what I'm doing, and I just won't make a habit out of it. I've already started, so. Hey, dealer, what's happening, man? How you doing? I'm better now. I had quite a nasty week behind me, but I'm doing a lot better now. What you up to, man? Pretty terrible week, actually. Could have been worse, though. Could have been worse. Destiny's normal. Hell yeah. Oh yeah? Why was it rough for you? Ah, shit. That's never good. Are you, not to be nosy or anything, but are you figuring it out, or is it like, you know, like end level shit? Oh, sorry to hear that, man. That's always rough. I've been there. That's the worst. Well, what are you going to do? If you've already admitted it's your fault. Well, at least to me. Well, good luck, man. I'm pulling for you. You ever need to talk, I'm around, you know. I'm sure any of the casuals would be down too. Yeah, maybe to a select few, you know. I'm sure John would hear you out too. But damn, that's some pretty stressful shit, man. How is, oh yeah. How's that going? Are you struggling with that, or is it, getting off all that stuff been easy or hard or what? Good. Fortunately for me, it's not the thing I've ever had a problem with, but it also means I probably couldn't give you any good advice beyond, hang in there, buddy. Simultaneously, you should be doing it for yourself too, if it really came to that point. Not to nag you, but you'll probably be better off in the long run, just, do it for yourself first, and then, Yeah. Well, the reason I didn't get involved in any of that stuff was because I grew up Mormon in an aviation household. So it's like I didn't even have the chance to become that. There's never the temptation, So it's a double-edged sword, but also there's also a lot of stuff I don't have to deal with. That'll be it. 100%. And it doesn't make the problems go away either. They just compound. I may have not gone through that sort of thing personally, but I've definitely had family members that have. Lost my aunt to that, actually. 100%. Oh, that's a terrible trap. I've seen a lot of it. Not experienced it, but I have seen a lot of that. It's pretty bad up here as well. Yeah. It's not good, man. Is there anything I can do for you? I don't know what I'd be able to do, but... I get you. Well, truth be told, I don't know a ton about you besides, Destiny, really. What is it you like to do for fun outside of Destiny? You got anything to take up your time productively, or is it all PvP all the time? Well, damn, man. I think you gotta find, again, not my place, but I think you gotta find a hobby that, that'll do something for you. Not just a time spender, you know, but like an actual productive hobby. I think that would go far. Yeah. Yeah, that's the trap you gotta avoid. %100 better if you can get your buddies on board with it though too. And if they're worth being buddies, they'll support you, you know? Well, that's the best first step. It's an interesting song. Well, yeah, I don't mean to be a broken record, but if you need anything, you can message me on Xbox or whatever, and it'll, you know, I've got my phone always, so. Yeah. That's tough, man. Good attitude. And hell, if you do it right, you might end up even better because of it, to be honest. That's a possibility, yeah. But again, that's a trap a lot of people fall into. You got to do it for yourself first. It's got to be for you. I feel like doing it for yourself isn't nothing, though. Yeah. And that's where hobbies come in. Oh, 100%. 100%. That's good. There's having fun, and then there's wallowing in it. And it sounds like you passed having fun a while ago. Not to be judgmental or anything. Those are pretty good words. To a lesser degree, I was in the same place with alcohol, although it never really got bad for me. It just kind of turned into the thing I was doing every other day. But now I've kind of switched it to, movie nights. And maybe if we go out. Otherwise, I'm not really drinking all that much compared to a younger me. Yeah. You aren't switching one crutch for another, are you? Gotcha. That's legitimate. Yeah. It's both good and bad. But I see what you're saying. Hell yeah, buddy. Just, take care of yourself. Drink lots of water, too. That's something I've been doing this week. I've had to. So how's PvP going this season? I really haven't done all that much in it. Not yet, at least. Super easy? Oh, I should have played. That would have been my time. I used to be good at trials, and then not really anymore. For a couple seasons, that was all I did. And then we started doing Grandmat GMs and stuff. Maybe I'll try a round or two after this. I've got, what is it I got? Excuse me. Oops, wrong button. Let's see. I picked up a pretty good, no survivors. Target locked rangefinder with high caliber and corkscrew, and then a reload spec. That's my no survivors roll. Also, spare rations. What year is it? I'm pretty happy with mine. I haven't really put it through its paces yet, though, but pretty damn good so far. Started washing out my clear water there for a second. I feel like I should wait to paint the truck for last. This painting is like subtly hard. Excuse me just a sec, I'll be right back. Okay. Pretty happy with how that looks so far. Let's see if I can't get a little more color on this building here. It's almost a gray now that I'm looking at it again. Oh, gotta shave. Let's do a watered down gray. For starters, actually, I'm gonna go vertical. So is that no survivors kind of the role? Oh, all right, man. Take it easy, dude. Have a good one. really just doing small stuff. Maybe I should zoom in the camera a bit more. And then I'll zoom it back out when I'm doing like the sky or the ground a little bit. Which I don't even know if I'll get to today. What time is it? 2:20. Gotta make sure I do everything else I was planning to do today. Alright, I'm gonna freehand a vent real quick. It's not perfect, but it is free-handed, so. It's a little to be expected. Also, I think I need new glasses because if I stare at that long enough, it starts to look like nothing. Or it's undiagnosed ADHD or something like that. That's good enough for now. Maybe I'll come back to it, but it's not exactly it's not exactly a focus piece, so focus point. All that work for that little guy there. Let's experiment with some colors for a sec. What's a good combination of colors to get beige? It's not a color I've really messed with. Yellow, brown, and white, that makes sense. It's what I would have thought, at least. So I need a little yellow, a little more white probably. Where did I put my paint? got a whole thing of paint here for myself till I finish custom making my my own desk. This is how I keep my paint. Terrible. Lemon yellow. I guess yellow would be more appropriate. And then I had white somewhere. I never use white. Usually if I have white on a painting, it's you know, zero space. It's lack of color. So this is full. Probably, ooh, that's probably too much. Powdered watercolor, oh, goes so far, and I just put like 3 grams into it. Shoot. Well, I guess we'll see what I get. Watch this be perfect somehow. It's a nice dream. So I don't really have any colors close to what I want here, and that's why I'm going through all this trouble to mix it up in this way. Which is funny because I'm hardly going to need any of it in the long run. Oh, you know, that might not even be strong enough even with all that white. Maybe I can use just a watered down version of it and that'll work. It's kind of like a latte color. Let's do some latte art here. Oh nice, it's actually kind of working. Can you see that? You can, a little bit. Anyway. There's so much in there. All right, let's see if I can't get watered down portion here. It's a little closer. I could go farther with the yellow, but I think I'm going to leave it as is. And I'm gonna let it separate a little bit as well. So next time I paint I'll probably go from there. Let's see. Looking at the time, I'll probably finish off this upper roof portion here and then do this wall. And then maybe a little more detail here and there. All the stuff I'm really wanting to do, I'm really excited about doing, I'm thinking about holding for last. Like just the skyline here. I'm really excited about doing that, but that won't be until after I finish the sky itself. And then I'm really excited about doing the truck too, because I've never really done, I mean, I've done the boat, done the snowshoes, but really I've never done much 3D work on an object in one of my paintings, so kind of excited about that. Hoping it turns out well. Let's go back to this brush. Don't know where that other paper towel came from. But anyways, I'm doing this painting because I see in my job and my previous job, really, I've seen all these guys running loaders and doing the backbone type work of our, civilization. And I never see any real beauty associated with it. And I wanted to do a couple paintings that, maybe it would be cool for like a retirement or a gift for one of these guys, where they can look at what they did as more than just, dusty, covered work machines. And I grabbed this picture. Oh, I want to say it was like 4 a.m. on a busy day. And you can't tell yet, but there's beautiful sunrise lighting on its way. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So above the black line here, there should be a lighter section as well, because it's reflecting off the sunrise, but it's not like a colored sunrise, it's just the almost white in comparison. And it doesn't matter if I go above. That's I'm gonna mark myself. It's a little bit cheaty, but this line is so straight that I might as well have a guideline. Above that just blends right into the skyline, so I'm not worried about that quite yet. Don't knock my water cup over. I wish I was better at freehanding straight lines. Feel like that would have been a cool thing to do. I hear something going on outside. I wonder if it's the the neighbor kids. They're kind of crazy. Hyperactive. So this should do pretty well as a placeholder. Because I think if I would have left it for later, I would have forgot about it. Heck, I might come back and make it darker. I don't know. Okay, so here's my brick. Again, there's going to be a lot of variation in all these. They're made on site with extra concrete and then just placed as needed. It's a little darker than I meant. So I'm filling these in for the reason I mentioned a second ago. I'm filling these in like I would planks on a boat to kind of each of them get their own little variation, especially if I overlap. It changes how it dries. It gives each piece a little more character. Because they're not supposed to be really uniform at all. Other than size. And maybe it won't be apparent because I'm not going crazy with the gray here, but we'll come back over and do some detail work like I did on the right side, which I'm not totally done with that either yet. Kind of cool. Every so often I do surveying work to just kind of measure the piles of aggregate we have. One time I had to measure piles of salt. Literally, it looked like snow. And funny enough, the temperature around the salt was actually pretty chill. It could be because it was in this canopy here. But it was really chilly in there and it smelled like the ocean. And it just looked like snow. But yeah, I've never had to can't say I've ever measured salt via GPS satellite before then. Kind of an interesting one. Maybe not so interesting. Oh yeah, another reason why I paint them like this is because if I go side by side like this, the water, the surface tension will grab onto each other. So you can see, if you look back here, you can see there's various differences in the brick. That's kind of what I wanted. If you look over here, you can see they merge. It's like one piece. I'm specifically talking about the paint, where in this one there's variations of different colors and overlaps and all that stuff. That's what I want, because it's rock, it's aggregate, it's concrete, you know, it's not supposed to be. In this circumstance, it's not supposed to be uniform. Much like when I'm doing planks on a boat. I don't want it to be uniform, that's boring. You want wear, you want weathering, you want character, imperfection. You want grime in the corner, you know? And you may be looking at this thinking it's fairly gray. I promise you the color's coming, and I'm hoping that the contrast between the grays and the colors will look good. In my head, it looks pretty cool, but you never know until it's on the paper, so it doesn't always work out the way you picture it, that's for sure. It certainly is time consuming this way, but I think it gives it something. Ugh, my eye's twitching. I don't know if you can tell, but there's definitely variation in the color of the block I just created there. These blocks. And that's what I'm going for. That's what I want. Especially helps if your brush is damp. Like a little too much damp when you're doing rocks and such, because like I was saying before, the variation, that's kind of important when you're doing that type of object. Like if you are painting a rock or a boulder, it's almost random. It's almost a random mess, depending on what type of mineral or whatever it is. Although there are characteristics you want to push towards. Concrete is somewhere in between random and uniform. Again, depending on what you're doing, but in this case, it is. I was on a ghost hunting, ghost adventure type rabbit hole this past couple weeks. I don't actually believe in ghosts and stuff, but it's fun to like creep yourself out with it. Giving yourself that feeling, like the hair raising up, and just that sensation. It's a fun sensation to have in a controlled environment. Like I used to do a lot of urban exploration. Not a lot, some urban exploration. Only had the cops called on us a couple times, so we weren't that crazy about it. I've gone into like old Cold War era missile silos, or bunkers, not silos. They weren't like silos. They were the type where they'd be underground and they would wheel them out on a rail or something to fire. But it's really just a concrete closet built into the side of a hill. That's about it. There's nothing really crazy about them. And then I found a few caves, and we also explored the Buckner building on occasion in Whittier, Alaska. And you could really creep yourself out if you get yourself alone in any of those locations. Especially if you have any sort of belief in the paranormal. You can really hand over the reins and freak yourself out. Oops, that was dangerous. I kind of wanted to, I was brainstorming doing like a Phasmophobia themed birthday, or like a Phasmophobia themed escape room or something like that. But to do it right, I feel like would take so much work and not a small amount of money either. Let's see. We're at about an hour 20. 3 o'clock. I may have to stop pretty quick here because I'm going to dinner with my parents. I'm wondering if there's something I can do real quick. Well, let's see what we got done today. Again, a pretty short stream so far, but everything seems to be lining up well. I'm glad I took my time on the sketch that I originally did. Now I just got to work on the depth and shadows a bit more. The shadows on the trucks are going to be interesting. Again, 3D objects. I've not really painted a lot of 3D objects. Let's do a little more on this little driveway right here, the lower portion. So this is going to be gray as well, but later on I'm going to come through with black and really mess this street up here. But for starters, just a light gray should do. Maybe darker than that. This is an interesting song. Kind of reminds me of just harmonics plus chords. Then the piano started in. I mean, it's not harmonics, but that's the image it gave me. Boop, 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 boop. Again, that's going to be not as clean as it looks right now. Later, that will become quite dirty, in fact, because it's one of the more heavily traveled portions. There's going to be cracks covering all of it, as well as random dirt that fell off trucks and loaders, all that. And this here won't be like this. There's something specific that's wrong with it, though. I think it's too thick. It's supposed to be a couple puddles here. not terrible yet, but right now it kind of looks more like snow than puddles. Alright, well, I think if there were a little more people around, I would continue a bit longer and push it, but I've got a couple other errands I should do before I go to dinner with my parents, so I'm going to call it there, and hopefully, nothing new will come up in the next next week or so I can stream again next Sunday. I don't want to go through a week like this past week again, ever. Although it's life, so it'll probably happen to some degree again. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. If you did, I appreciate it. Dealer, thanks for stopping by and chatting. I hope I hope you get that figured out. I hope you're doing better. Keep your stick on the ice. Keep your head up. And I hope everyone has a good evening. And I'll hopefully talk to you next Sunday. Thanks for stopping by. See ya.